Hey, good evening, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and get it connected onto the live video real fast. All right. So, my name is Dan Whitfield. I am the independent candidate running for United States Senate here in Arkansas. And I just want to give a quick update, maybe a quick Q&A. So, my name is Dan Whitfield. I am the independent candidate. Let's get that turned down. Quick Q&A if anyone has any questions. We're going to go over a few different things here. First, we're going to go over my plans for tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm thinking about visiting all of Northwest Arkansas and getting some signature sheets handed out. And then I'll go over some of my different campaign stuff that I have, gear, updates with campaign literature. If you guys have any questions about the impeachment process or anything like that, we can talk about that, any other current issues and things like that. So, let's go ahead and get started here. Let's see. All right, first things first. The plan right now for tomorrow, January 19th, is to visit all of my volunteers in Northwest Arkansas and distribute some new signature collection pages. So, I'll just grab the whole stack because why not? I've got a whole bunch of legal size signature collection sheets. We decided that we are going to use legal size paper. I had called the Board of Collections. I talked to their legal team. They all assured me that letter size is fine. People turn them in all the time. And then they let me know that if it was taken to court, that a judge might not uphold that. So we're just going to play it safe and go legal size. What that means is all of my volunteers who have already given the signature collection binders to, you all have letter size papers. So what I wanted to do was get you all some legal size papers. So that way we don't have any problems. I know, some people are on a budget and can't just go out and print them. So first things first with this. The legal size paper is 8.5 by 14 inches. You can go on to my website and you can go to the signature collection tab where they have the PDF file and you can print them at FedEx, Kinko's. I think most libraries have legal size paper now. And you could just print them yourself, just print like 10 pages, which is, 100 signatures. You might not even need that. You might just need one or two. So if you can do that yourself, that's awesome. Any little bit helps. I really appreciate it. If not, I did get paper and I printed out a whole lot of them myself so I can distribute these. I can either bring them and drop them off to you, or I can mail them to USPS. So what I'm thinking, tomorrow I'm going to start in Northwest Arkansas. I have a volunteer who is able to sign up to come with me to keep me company on this 500-mile drive, which is really awesome. Thank you, Quillan. If you're a volunteer, you'll meet Mr. Quillan tomorrow with me. Now, the plan so far for Northwest Arkansas, what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the same track that I did last time. So last time, what I did, let me come in here and go into events. That way I can make sure I read them off in the correct order. I'm pretty sure I remember it. So I started in Eureka Springs at 9 a.m. and we met for coffee, which was super awesome. I really appreciated the coffee. Thank you, Mr. Dan. And let me find old events. Stop doing that stuff. So that is South Central, Northeast Arkansas. All right, I don't even see a past event there. Awesome. So I'm going to start in Eureka Springs, and I'm actually going to be there at 9 a.m. We're going to meet at Brews, and this time Mr. Dan Coffee's on me, and if you're available tomorrow morning. So I'll meet at Brews tomorrow, 9 a.m., and I'm going to go from Eureka Springs to back all the way up to Pea Ridge and then Bella Vista. So I know I have a volunteer who's in Pea Ridge now, and she wasn't available last time, but she should be since it is now January 18th. So I'm planning to be in Pea Ridge. Since I do the coffee in Eureka Springs, it takes a little bit longer. I'm guessing approximately around maybe 10:30 a.m. So P Ridge will be 10:30 a.m. and then I'm going to, if I can get a hold of my Bella Vista volunteer, I'll head up to Bella Vista. If not, then I'll go straight into Bentonville. So Bentonville is going to be around probably 11. I'll just put 11:30 a.m. on there, even though it'll be closer to 11:15. And after Bentonville, we will do Lowell. After Lowell, Springdale. And then after Springdale, Fayetteville. So if I get Bentonville at 11:30, I think to get to Lowell from my volunteer's house was only actually about 15 or 20 minutes. So I'm going to put 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock for my Lowell volunteer. And then we'll put 12:30 for my Springdale. Now I think I have two in Springdale. So what I'll do is I'm going to put Fayetteville probably all the way down to between 1 and maybe 1:15, and I'll let you guys know as I'm leaving each city. That way I can give you a little bit of time to be prepared. Let's see here. And then after Fayetteville starts the long drive. All right. I'll make sure I don't have any questions here. Oh, hey, Jeannie, how are you doing? Tomorrow I can get you a binder if you would still like one with some signature collection sheets. I don't think you were in town last time. You were in Oklahoma. So Fayetteville, I have quite a few volunteers. I think I'm going to have at least 6 stops in Fayetteville. So I'm planning to be in Fayetteville from at least, 1:15 until probably 3 o'clock. So after Fayetteville, I'm going to do Fort Smith and then Daring. And let's see. So Fort Smith, I'm going to put you at like 4 o'clock. And Daring, I'll do for 4:30. And then after Daring, we've got Waldron. And Waldron will probably be, if that's at 4:30, I guess probably about 6 o'clock. And then after Waldron, I will do Mina. That's not enough. I got this. Don't worry. It'll be fine. And then after Mina is probably going to be about 7 o'clock. So I should hopefully finish about 2 hours sooner than last time because I didn't get home till pretty late last time. All right. So these are all the different times. I'll go ahead and I'll post an event with the different times, and then I'll keep you all informed on when I'm going to be in each different spot. And that will be what I'm doing tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to drive 500 miles and redistribute these signature sheets. Yes, I am. Now, I'm going to reach out to each person, of course, individually. And if you would prefer me just to USPS you, like ship you 10 or 20 sheets or however many you'd like, I can just ship them to you. And that will save miles on my car and gas. And it'll probably be cheaper than just driving all the way down. Let's see. So that's basically my update for signature collection. Now, the next thing to go over, and I will go over those times one more time before I'm finished. So the next thing to go over is my literature. So it was brought to my attention that all of my literature has to have paid for on there. So I had to go ahead and add paid for by Citizens for Danwich Congress. And I picked up 2 stamps so that I can stamp all of these, and my wife can help me because she's super awesome. But I've got 10,000 cards that I need to stamp with these. And then on this card, I've got them there in the middle. But that's just a legality. I don't want them to come back and find me for not having that done. So that's one thing I'm going to work on tonight. And I'll see if I can get some of these available for y'all tomorrow that I can hand out while I'm giving out signature sheets. So that's my literature. And yeah, this is going to be a pretty quick update actually tonight. It's not going to be like a 2-hour live stream. While I'm giving the update, feel free to ask any questions you want in the chat, and I'll answer any questions that you guys have at the end. So the next thing to go over are my car magnets. They did come in. I've already shipped out a few of these guys. They're really cool. Dan Whitfield, Independent for U.S. Senate, Arkansas, replacetomcotton.com. It's about 8.5 by 11.5 inches. So just make sure before you purchase one on the website that it'll actually fit on your car. They are kind of big, but they look really cool. And the cool thing about these magnets is you can stick it on your car and then you can pull it right off a lot easier than a bumper sticker. Bumper stickers aren't that hard to get off, but this is still a lot easier. Another thing that came in, with most of my orders, I'm trying to give like at least a free refrigerator magnet. You need the email? Okay, can you go help her real quick? I have these little refrigerator magnets. The cool thing about refrigerator magnets is everybody likes to hang papers and things on the refrigerator. So I'll try to add one of these into each order. If it's over, like $20, I'll give you a free one. And these are also available for $5 a piece on the website. They're just cool to have on your refrigerator. Another thing I do have these decals. No one has picked up a decal for their car yet. These are the coolest things that I have. Oh my gosh. If I wasn't getting a big giant one for my car, I would totally put one on it. So, the decal is the same thing as the refrigerator magnet, except it's a little bit bigger, it's easier to see, it's perforated, and you just peel off the back and put it straight onto the back window of your car. So, I mean, who doesn't want one of these on your car? These are awesome, and it's only $25. It's not that expensive. I didn't mark them up a lot because I wanted to make sure that we get these out there so your community can, see you supporting me and hopefully be like, oh, there's someone running against Tom Cotton, and check out the website. That's kind of the whole goal of these. So $25. Go ahead and pick up one of these decals. These are really cool. And then I've got all my different bumper stickers that we have on there. It actually, I ordered the least amount of the Tom Cotton is Bad for America ones, and it turns out those are the most popular ones. I'm almost out of them. Everyone wants the Tom Cotton is Bad for America. So I'm going to have to get a couple more of those for you guys to keep you guys satiated. Another thing I'm going to be working on, I'm going to try to get some t-shirts and some hats and things like that as well. I'll have those onto my campaign store as soon as possible, but they're going to be really cool. They're going to be like maybe hashtag replace Tom Cotton or hashtag moving forward, or maybe like direct democracy is the best kind of democracy or something like that. I'll have really catchy cool shirts that you guys can wear out wherever you go, and they'll be stylish. So other than that, I don't think there's much else to go over. I've got what I'm doing tomorrow. Got my literature, my campaign stuff. I mean, that's pretty much it. And did anyone have any questions on here? I can answer questions. While I'm waiting for a question, I'm going to go over the cities I'm visiting tomorrow again. I'm going to start in Eureka Springs at 9 a.m. We're going to meet for coffee at Brews. And then I'm going to go to Pea Ridge at 10:30 a.m. And then Bentonville, Lowell, Springdale, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, Daring, Waldron, and Mena. So it'll be a busy day tomorrow. If you do want a signature collection binder, or if you already have the signature collection binder and you want some legal size sheets to sign and have signed, let me know and I can drop these off to you. I printed a lot, so we should have more than enough to go around. The way Signature Collection is going right now, they changed the law as of January 1st, and independent can no longer begin collecting signatures on January 1st. Now I have to wait till February 1st, and we will have until May 1st at 12 o'clock noon to have all of my signature sheets at the Capitol building by 12 o'clock noon. So really, they're not giving us 90 days like they're supposed to. They're giving us 89 and a half days. This also means I'm not going to have time, the extra 30-day window, to collect all the sheets and to verify signatures. So as you're getting signatures, if you can verify them yourself, or if you fill up a whole sheet, mail it to my P.O. box, and then I'll be verifying throughout the 90 days as soon as they come in. That way we can kind of keep up to date on them and not have to worry about a bunch of unverified sheets coming out. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Were there any questions on here? I see I've only got 2 of you on right now. Some people have come and gone. Let's see here. All right. So no questions. Awesome. Cool. That means I can get back to stamping cards. That'll keep me busy this evening I until I get up very early tomorrow to start to heading towards Eureka Springs. So I'm going to send out some text messages. It is, just after 7 o'clock right now. If you're one of my volunteers in Northwest Arkansas, I'll be texting you tonight just to kind of verify that you're going to be around tomorrow. And I will ask each person individually if they would prefer me stopping by and dropping off these copies, or if they would like me just to mail them with USPS. Especially if I can get like Mina Waldron in the Fort Smith area, that would save me a lot of miles that I have to drive tomorrow. I'm already putting thousands of miles on my car, and I need to do my oil change soon. But let's see here. Any questions? I'll stay on for maybe about 4 more minutes if anyone has any questions for a Q&A, and we can go that route. Let's see. All right, nothing on there, making it easy for me tonight. 20-minute video will be much better than the 2-hour videos that we've been dealing with. So we've got signatures February 1st until May 1st. And then, I am also going to come around on maybe around April 20th to April 24th and start collecting signature sheets as well for people who aren't able to get them mailed in. And I'm going to make that take like a week or two. That way we can, hang out, have lunch or whatever, and we can get to know each other a little bit better, because I do appreciate all my volunteers and their help. Now, if you are unable to volunteer to help collect signatures, there's still something you can do. You can go onto my website, replacetomcotton.com, click on the Signature Collection tab, and from that tab, you can actually download the PDF file, and you can print them. Just print a sheet out yourself on legal-sized paper, and that gives you 10 slots where you can have your friends sign it, your family sign it, you sign it, and then you can just, fold it up, put it in an envelope, and mail it to my P.O. box. And you can do that from anywhere in Arkansas, as long as you all are registered voters. So that's going to help a lot as well, because that takes a lot of the load off of my volunteers who are already going to be, putting a lot of their own time into this. So if you can do that, that would be great. I'd appreciate it. My volunteers would appreciate it. And, we really just want to make sure we get ballot access at this point. If Tom Cotton's running unopposed, there's not much of a democracy involved. We need to make sure that we have as many options as possible. It just, so we can keep him honest, so that we can get him actually here campaigning instead of just sending out advertisements from Washington, D.C. If he's running against someone, he's going to have to pay attention to his constituents, and that's what we want our representative to do. If he's not going to care about us. He's going to continue down the same thing he's been doing. So if anything, there's all sorts of different benefits to having more names on the ballot. So we need to make sure we get all these signatures in. I've got my literature. Let's see. We are getting pretty close to when I'm going to end my live stream. About a minute and a half if I have no questions. If I have questions, I'll stay on as long as you all want. But if I don't have any more questions in the next minute and a half, I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream. Oh, and thank you so much, Jeannie. I do appreciate your support. You are just such a great human. You're such an awesome person. Let's see here. Do I have anything else? So yeah, make sure you go on to replacetomcotton.com. Check out my store. I've had people buying all sorts of stuff. I go to USPS every single day, and I fill my orders. I've had a lot of bumper stickers go out. I'm trying to give in a free magnet with each one. Make sure you check out one of these decals. These decals are awesome. And if you do get a car magnet or a bumper sticker or a decal, take a picture and send me the picture. That'd be really cool. Collection begins February 1st. Legal size paper. And all right, so that's pretty much it. I don't see any questions coming in. I know I do a lot of Q&As and live streams, so most people who have oh, Joyce, first time you've heard of me. Awesome. Well, let's fix that. Where is my agenda. If you go to replacetomcotton.com, right on that first page, you're going to see my platform. My platform is one of direct democracy, one where I can actually be a representative and represent you as a person rather than representing special interest donors from out of state. That's the most important thing about my platform is, actual democracy. You can there's a tab up top and hit issues. You can see my different issues that I support, but the way that I support issues still doesn't really matter because it's your voice that matters. I'm working on getting a different tab on my website where constituents can come on and suggest legislation, and I have this really cool idea where either semi-annually or quarterly, I will draft a bill that is created by a constituent, or the idea created by a constituent, voted on by constituents. That way, I'm drafting legislation that y'all want, things that the change that you guys want. I just thought that was a pretty cool idea. And then I'm also going to have an area on my website where people can vote on legislation before I vote on legislation in their name. That way, if a majority of my constituents want me to vote in a way, I can vote in that way because that's my job as their representative. But I mean, if you have any specific questions or particular questions, I can answer any that you do have. Let's see what else I've got on here. So yeah, check out my campaign store. All the proceeds from my campaign store go straight into our donation funds. And we use those donations. Our campaign is very different. Pretty much all of my donations at this point have been towards helping me travel the state to meet constituents, to meet my volunteers, so that we can get all the collection materials out there to get our signatures done on time. It also goes towards social media advertising and things like that because you, Miss Joyce, a lot of people don't know who I am yet. So we're working on getting our name out there, and social media really helps with that. So yeah, but my name is Dan Whitfield. I am the independent candidate running for United States Senate here in Arkansas. I will be leaving tomorrow morning around 6 a.m. so I can pick up Mr. Quillan. And I'm going to be traveling around Northwest Arkansas handing out all of these signature collection sheets. These are legal size sheets. When we do our signature collection, we want to make sure they're legal size sheets. That way a judge can't throw them out and they can, prevent us from getting ballot access.
Where are you picking it up?
Picking what up?
Quillan.
I'm going to have Mr. Quillan meet me probably in Rogers. And I'll pick him up in Rogers. Then we'll head up towards Eureka Springs. And after we finish in Mina, probably around 7:30, I'll drop him back off in Rogers. And we'll do it that way. But if you are one of my volunteers in Northwest Arkansas, just expect to be getting a text message here in just a little bit. And I'm going to reach out to each person one by one.
It's getting late.
I know it's 7:20.
Did it know?
Yeah, I've been talking about it for a little while. Been telling people, thank you, Shaylee. That's the best way people can help our campaign right now is just talk to your friends, talk to your families. I know people don't like to talk about politics at work, but talk to your coworkers, talk to everybody you know because it's so important right now that we get our name out there. When the media is going around running the headlines, Tom Cotton running unopposed, it's really hard because a lot of people don't know who I am and know that we do have hope still, that we do have another option. So, yeah, anyone you can talk to, it's really helpful. And thank you so much, Shaylee. I do appreciate it. I guess what I'm going to do as well is next Saturday, I'm going to do another live stream. I'm trying to do a short live stream every single week now, just to answer any questions anyone new has. And kind of give some updates. And we're going to be doing strategy next Saturday. So next Saturday, we're going to talk about signature collection strategies. So throughout the week, if you think of any ways to help collect signatures, specific events, or where to go, or different things. For example, I've had volunteers who took a binder to church. And when they brought their binder to service, they had a whole lot of people sign. So, we'll talk about doing things like that. When you go to service on Sunday morning or Wednesday, just bring your binder with you and talk to people about our campaign and get signatures that way. Or if you're a student, I know the new semester just started, you can bring a binder to school. And maybe one day between classes, if you have like a little break, you can, walk around the pack or something like that, or sit in the library or in front of the library, student center, something like that, and you can get signatures that way. I do have 2 extra folding tables and chairs. So if a volunteer needs a table and chair, just let me know. I can bring you a table and chair. And if you want to sit outside the county revenue office or DMV, that's a great place to collect signatures as well. You can collect signatures outside any building that says county. You can collect signatures outside a post office, any federal buildings, and you're safe to collect there. Post offices are usually a really good idea because people are coming and going all day, every day. But we're going to go over strategy like that next Saturday, so we can kind of make sure that as the first happens, as it comes, we're ready to go and we can get as many signatures as fast as possible. I've been getting, quite a few envelopes in the mail already. If you have already printed off and signed and mailed it into the P.O. Box, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm going to reach out to each of you one by one, and I'll give you all a call and thank you for signing and mailing it in. But we will have to be doing it again. They did change the law on January 1st, so we have to wait until February 1st until we can begin collecting signatures. And it does have to be on legal size paper. So you can print these out at FedEx, Kinko's, your local library, or something like that, and they can print it out in legal size paper for you. If you cannot print it on legal size paper, let me know and I will mail one of these out to you. I can mail you a single sheet if you want. It'll just cost maybe $1 or $2, and then you can sign it, have your friends and family sign it, and then mail it back to me. And we'll do something like that because I want to make sure that everyone has access to these legal size sheets of paper. So let's see here. Real quick review before I head out, since I don't see any more. Mr. Dan, thank you for joining in. I'll be texting you here soon. I'm going to be at Brews at 9 a.m. And I'm going to be dropping off legal-sized signature sheets. So, real quick one more time before we leave, since there's no more questions. Starting Eureka Springs at 9 a.m., I'll be at Brews for coffee. And I'm going to buy you a coffee this time, Mr. Dan. And then I'm going to head from Eureka Springs to Pea Ridge, Bentonville, Lowell. I'm planning to be at Lowell around 12 o'clock. Springdale, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, Daring, Waldron, and Mena. So Fort Smith, we're looking at maybe around 4, and then Waldron 6, Mena 7. So that's the plan right now. I'll make sure I'm messaging everyone on both Twitter and Facebook on when I'm leaving each city, just so I can keep you all up to date on where I am. If you are a volunteer or if you would like to volunteer and you haven't reached out yet, reach out sometime this evening or tomorrow, and I can always stop by and bring you a binder with some signature sheets.
Say hi to Melissa and Jason.
All right. Cool beans. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining in for the updates tonight. Make sure you check out our campaign store. I do have our car magnets in now. They're super cool. I've got one on my car. I've been mailing a bunch of these out. They're going real fast. So get them while they're hot. And so my name's Dan Whitfield. I'm the independent candidate running for United States Senate here in Arkansas. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good evening, and I will see you guys in Northwest Arkansas tomorrow. And be expecting my text here soon. Y'all have a good night, and God bless America.